Okay, time to do this. Let's do this. Yay. Whoops. Uh-oh. Alright, let's do this. What we got? Alright, let's do this. Hello, people. Good mornings. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. What? What's up, Steam Deck fans? Steam Deck Tribe, Steam Deck Nation, Steam Deck Universe, Steam Deck World, Steam Deck Legion, what's good? Steam Deck Mom, what's happening? Steam Deck Squad, what's up? And you Steam Deck nerds, geeks, and freaks. And you investigators. You and that 32 gigs of RAM. You and your Bazite operating system. By the way, Bazite operating system just got an update 2.0 yesterday. And then you got 61 terabytes of storage on the Steam Deck. And oh, speaking of Steam Deck, you got a new OLED Steam Deck, huh? Alright. You got work to do. Anyway, what's up with it? Seeing you messing around here on a Friday. Yeah. You know, the game industry keeps moving, as usual. And there's a new Steam Deck OLED is coming. But you know what? The 64 gig model of the Steam Deck is being phased out. And just because it's being phased out, it doesn't mean that the 64 gig model is not any good. It is good because it is still current and it is still up to date. And you can put a 2 terabyte SSD in the 64 gig model. And then there's those 1 terabyte, 1.5 terabyte SD cards that you can add to it. Then there's the official dock, and then you got other docking station with external SSD support, like the ones from JSOC, Ivolar, Sabrent. Yeah, you know, you can get those docking stations. So the 64 gig model Steam Deck is still current and it's still up to date. And the good thing about the 64 gig models too now is that, I mean, with any Steam Deck, you can run Windows 10 on one of them, Windows 11 on the other, and you can run different Linux distros on them. Whether it's let's see what I got here. Whether it's let's see what kind of OS I got here. Speaking of which, speaking of Linux, let's see here. You probably could run Linux Mint on the other, XFCE on one, Linux Mint. Wait a minute, which one is this? Okay, this is Linux Mint. Okay, XFCE. You can run Fedora. You can run Puppy Linux. You can run Debian. You can run the Ubuntu family, whether it's Ubuntu, Kubuntu. There's another one, I think it's Ubuntu or something like that. You can run Slackware. You can run different Linux distros on them. So the 64 gig model of the Steam Deck is still good, even though it's being phased out. They're still good because you still will be able to play. You still will be able to play the games. You still will be able to play the games that the Steam Deck is already getting. The only difference is now is that Valve made a 7 went to the Steam Deck OLED. They're coming out with the Steam Deck OLED on this November the 16th. So they went from they have a 256 256 gig Steam Deck, and that's the price of the 64 gig model. Then they have the 512 gigabyte model OLED, and that's the price of the 256 gig model. And then they have the 1 terabyte now OLED Steam Deck, and that's the price of the 512 gigabyte, because that's how they're doing it. And then they have the special one that's a limited edition. It's like a translucent color, something like that. So that one is going to be a limited edition, the translucent one. But the other three now, they're going to be the regularly available. The 256 gig model Steam Deck. That's the price of the 64 gig model. That has a LCD screen on it. Has an LCD screen on it. The 512 gigabyte model of the OLED. That's the price of the 256 gig model, of the original 256 gig model. And then the 1 terabyte OLED model. That's the price of the 512 gigabyte. And then the translucent one now, I think that's going for like $600. I think 670 somewhere around there. That's a limited edition. So yeah, but the newer Steam Decks now, they're the same as they're the same price as the original. And the 256 gig model, with the bigger screen now, that's LCD, and the 512 gigabyte and the 1 terabyte now, those are OLED. So there, but and they're still using 16 gigs of RAM. They're still what's that, being updated. So yeah, but other than that, man, yeah, it's needed, So kind of wish they would have went to a like an 8-inch display. I kind of wish they Valve with the OLEDs they should have went to an 8-inch display versus like a 7.4, because the OXO, that's a Windows handheld, that has an 8-inch screen. I think 1X is an 8-inch. I think A&Neo and probably A&Neo is probably has an 8-inch. So I think instead of like 7.4, I wish Valve would have went to like an 8-inch screen, but still good though for a 7.4 screen, 7.4 inch, still good. Yeah, it's just that you're using OLED now, so the picture is better, and yeah, has a better battery life on it, stuff like that. So yeah, but other than that, they were listening. But the 64 gig model now, that's being phased out. You can use that as your desktop PC. You can use that as your desktop PC, and it's still current. It's just a 64 gig model, and the good thing about that is that you can put a 2 terabyte SSD. 2 terabyte SSD, M.2 2230 SSD inside the 64 gig model. Then you need the official dock or one of those docks from Sabrent, iVolar, JSOX. Yeah, and then you can get a SATA to and since those docking stations, they come with USB ports on them, you can get a SATA to I think, wait a minute, no, USB to SATA cable. That way you can put an external SSD on the docking station and then save your games that way. So they're still good, and then you can attach your keyboards, mouse, your Xbox and PlayStation controllers on them, and yeah, they're still good, man. So yeah, those models they're being phased out, So yeah, Windows 10. I think Microsoft don't stop supporting Windows 10 until I think next year. I think November of next year, 2025. So yeah, jump on that. So yeah, go get it. So, but other than that, man, the 64 gig model is still good. They're phasing them out. Get it now before they disappear. And of course, once you get a Steam account, you can go into Steam and buy all the games you want. And yes, they do have some deals, man. So yeah, and you're probably gonna need a what's it? A HDMI to USB-C cable. On your Steam Decks. Like if you're gonna connect your Steam Deck to the TV. So yeah, you need like a 10-foot or a 15-foot cable for that. So yeah, but the 64 gig model, even though people talk about it, make no mistake about it, it is still good. It is still current, and it's still up to date. It's still good. The only difference is that the the screen is a LCD versus the newer model Steam Decks. They're HDR OLED screens. Yeah. So other than that, man, they're good to have. You know, good to use. Me, I'm using. Where's mine? Me, I have a 64 gig model already. This was the first one I bought. You know, this is the first one I bought. Let's see here. Whoops, get him out there. Who should I use here? Let's see here. Old webhead, Spider-Man. So yeah, this is a 64 gig model. So yeah, yep. You know, good to use, man. Yeah, the thing about the Steam Deck though is that you have to get some when you get one. Like the first thing you do is you go for a 2 terabyte SSD, and then you go for a 1 terabyte SD card for starters. Then after that, you order like the official dock on one of those docks from Sabrent, Ivola, or JSOX, right? And then you might need some controllers, cables, keyboards, mouse, the usual, and then go on from there. But it's just really good to use, man. Really good to use, and real fun to play too. And the Steam Deck, they get the Steam Decks, they get updates, man, on a regular basis. Yeah, but still good to use, man. Yeah. Save you some headaches too. Yeah. But that 64 gig model is still good. Okay. The newer models now with the OLED, the RAM might be like 200 to 300 megahertz higher. 2 to 3, I would say 2 to 3 to 4 to 500 megahertz higher than the original models. Okay, the 256 gig with the 7.4 inch screen LCD, and the 512 gig OLED model, and the 1 terabyte OLED models. The RAMs in those they're a little bit more higher than the original 3. So yeah, they're a little bit more higher. That means that performance is better. So yeah, but the older model, make no mistake about it, the older models are still good to use. Make no mistake. Make no mistake about it. They're still good to use. So yeah, it's just the newer models, they perform a little bit. They're a little bit more. They're a little bit more efficient, and they perform better. But the older models are still good, and the older models, you can turn those into your personal desktop computer. You could have 2 to 3, one running Windows 10, one running Windows 11. Another one running a Linux, one of the Linux operating systems. Yeah, or a couple of them if you want to. Yeah, and then you can have one that you mod. That you can try that Faze operating system on and upgrade the RAM to 32 gigs. And yeah, so get those 64 gig models before they go. You know what I mean? So use those as an experiment. So yeah, but the newer models though, they come out November the 16th. That's when they'll be available, and you have to like if you're like in the Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, Japan, and Korea, then you got to go through Komodo to get it. And then you got to go through Komodo to get it. But European users, they can order that from Valve. People in the United States, Canada, yeah. But other than that, yeah, Steam Deck is moving. Now Valve did said the Steam Deck 2 is taking it will be in a few years. So right now, the newer models will do, or the older models will do. I mean, with the newer models, you can upgrade when you feel like doing it. When you feel like doing it. If you still enjoy using the older model, fine, keep using it. So yeah, no pressure, no stress. You know what I mean? So yeah. But other than that, man, the Steam Deck, yeah, they nailed it, man. They nailed it. Yeah. On the Steam Deck too, I want a 10-inch or 8-inch display. No excuses. Yeah. Yeah, man. 2024 is almost here too. Well, today's the 10th, so we got another. What's that? 30 days in November. Another 51. 51 more days before the year's over with. Yeah. And then, but we got 51 more days, but there's still more deals, games, and updates that's coming. Yeah. And then 2024 is here, and then new games coming in, and yeah, man. Steam Deck is good, man. It's good. Yeah. Use different controllers, play different games. Yeah, Valve need to add the Xbox 360 controller to the Steam Deck. They do. They really need to do that, and just be done with it. Yeah. You got Windows. I mean, you got PlayStation and Xbox games and PC games to play on the Steam Deck. Different launchers. Different launchers to use, different storefronts. Yeah, that handheld is a really good, really good, man. Really good handheld. But other than that, yeah, out with the old and in with the new. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Bored, Dark Side.